All right, Grace Online, what's going on? It's Josiah again with another devotion. This time we're reading out of Ephesians chapter 6, starting at verse 12. And it reads, it says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." This verse always is a reminder to me that, again, we're not wrestling against flesh and blood, which means if somebody cuts you off when you're driving, somebody cusses you out, somebody does this thing, yeah, they made a conscious decision, but we always have to look at, well, what's the power behind the person? What's the influence behind the person that's encouraging them to do this thing or to say this thing or to go this place? And so sometimes we spend so much time wanting to fight the flesh when really we should be speaking to the spirit that's encouraging the flesh. Um, there was a time when Peter was speaking to Jesus, and he was trying to dissuade Jesus from dying on the cross for us. So Jesus looked at Peter, and then Jesus said, "Get behind me, Satan." Now, why in the world will Jesus look at Peter but talk to Satan? Because we're not fighting against flesh and blood. We're wrestling against the spiritual things that are influencing us. So hopefully this encourages you to maybe look a little differently, even at some things that you might have done. Sometimes there might be a spirit that's encouraging you to do the things that are not of God. Sometimes maybe you've gotten mad at somebody because they've done something to you. And yeah, you felt something physically that might have happened or occurred around you, but we have to ask the question, well, what's the spirit behind it? So when we pray, we should be praying with a strategy, knowing that it's not just this. There's a spirit that's encouraging and influencing things that are happening around us. So we have to be wise when we fight these spiritual battles.